it. Hi. Hello.
Hello. How are we?
How is everyone doing today?
Welcome.
Oh, Casey. So the new apartment is so trippy because it is essentially the same-ish layout as your old apartment. You know what I mean? Like, you're at the kitchen right now.
Yeah.
And the living room is behind you with the windows to the outside, which is what your old apartment was.
Yeah. But it's just so much bigger.
Right. It just keeps expanding like a Sims. Yes. But no, like that area, that part is very, to your right, is much.
It's all
similar.
expanded. Yeah.
We're constantly growing. We're constantly evolving.
And next week I'll be in a different spot again.
Oh,
wow.
Next week.
Well, my desk is getting here Thursday with all my things. You know, I'm still packing, but you know,
I just cannot believe how long this process is taking. It is mind-boggling to me.
If you tell me, hey, you've got 2 months to get out of your apartment, I'm gonna take the whole 2 months.
Sure. But also, oh great, Jill's responding to the group chat again. I have some questions for her, so I'm just gonna send her a little texty text. Jill, what concealer do I need to buy? You have to have people in your life that can answer these hard-hitting questions. You have to have somebody you go to, like I go to Casey, like, Casey, should I watch this TV show? And
Hard-hitting.
Like, yeah. Well, one of the shows that I famously watched just got canceled, which was How I Met Your Father.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Famously, like, the one with Hilary Duff, our Lizzie McGuire reboot. And obviously with a series like that, you don't know who the father is. They did not announce it. So
we'll never know.
Hopefully they'll say, or is that against
I heard that one of the writers on the show had gotten let go recently, and he revealed that it was one. I don't know. I don't watch the show, so I can't even. One of the characters.
He revealed it was someone, and I didn't understand his.
There would have had to have been at least 2 seasons for it to lead up to that.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
because the person that he was suggesting, isn't he married?
He is. Well, I think that last season ended, spoilers, with, I believe they were getting divorced.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I would just like to shout out Laura for the cookies that she sent all of us.
Yes, Laura sent us cookies.
Oh, wait, we're not even in the official episode yet.
Oh, we're not.
My gosh.
Oh my God, do you hear that? It's the sound of Casey wanting to go out to the group. Something
the
about
group
the chat. Anyway, Casey, you had something you want to say.
Yeah, it reminded me because I looked over and I was eating a little cookie and I'd set it down. And I look over and Cupcake is just eating away at this cookie. So thank you to Laura for the beautiful cookies that her sister at Bake My Day, Florida made for us.
Yeah, they're so cute. Show one to the pod, the watchers, the viewers.
This is the one Cupcake was eating.
Go off. No, that's okay.
Yep.
Seriously, thank you. Yeah, she's in the chat and said that I have to wait. She sent my cookies to the boys, but famously, I will be in Chicago next weekend. So, and a Buc-ee's cookie. But thank you. I will be sure to stop by their apartment and take them because I know they wouldn't give them to me any other way.
No.
You would never get them otherwise.
I would never get them otherwise. So luckily, I know their address. I have a key. I'm good to go. So.
I had a key made while they slept.
While I was there. I also took a couple pieces of hair. You never know when you need some DNA.
You never know. You never know. But, what are we talking about today? Listen, I just got off a whirlwind trip.
Yeah, fresh.
Honey.
A traveler. Why don't you tell us when you're going places?
Because it's none of your business.
Oh, okay. You're right. You're right. Well,
because
that's me, I guess. Casey,
that's
how was your weekend?
I don't know. I thought we had mentioned it. Maybe not. This is RJ's, friend, his like high school friends who he calls the G Mafia.
They just met up in Mexico City.
Well, that was specifically for the bachelorette
party.
This was just the core four plus
core four
plus the wives
plus ones.
Yeah, it was. I've never been to Provincetown, Massachusetts. It's all the way. If you picture Massachusetts, there's like the Cape that goes like a little elf shoe all the way out. And it's the very tip of the elf shoe. So we had to take a ferry from Boston.
So that's my question. So you fly to Boston and then ferry to Provincetown?
Yeah. So there is technically, I looked it up today. There is
like a little tiny airport,
a little tiny regional airport in
Cape
Provincetown.
Cod,
but it's really expensive to like add that extra 20-minute flight from like Boston International. So.
Also, can you imagine how small that plane would be?
Oh, it would be like 12 seats. I would throw up.
No, absolutely not.
No.
Well, at least you wouldn't shit your pants like someone on that Delta flight did.
Yes. Did you hear about this, Casey?
I cannot get over it. I'm sorry.
It was out of Dallas too.
Yeah. Or I thought it was out of Atlanta.
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it
could be wrong.
It was just posted I sent it from like a Dallas page.
It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be going to like Portugal. Where was it? It was like going over. It was Barcelona.
And I just think it's so funny that the outlets that I heard report about it, they were like, and then they tried to cover the diarrhea with vanilla room freshener, and so it just smelled like vanilla poop is what they said. They were like, and it just smelled like vanilla poop, and I was like, that I'm sorry, it's so funny. But then they get back and they had to tear out the carpet immediately. Like, imagine being that person on a flight.
It's already just even having to poop on a plane is like my worst nightmare. So just add this in the mix and just simply throw me out the window.
I am closer to this story than you might imagine based on my experience of flying today. We were in the friendly skies. Okay. We're flying American today. And you know how like it's like half hour before you land, they're like, okay, no more, sit your ass down, buckle your ass up,
get those tray tables up. Yeah.
And so American famously is one of your domestic carriers that does have a first class section of the plane with a little curtain. So for those of us in the back, the question is always like, are we allowed to go use the bathroom up front? So we were all using pretty much the bathroom in the back. So right when they called for like no more sit down. Okay. I was like,
sit down, shut up.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I should probably go, but they just called and I'll probably be fine. Now, my dumb ass right before this, they were coming for their last pass through of give me your trash. And I had not finished my ginger ale, which is my go-to drink on a flight, obviously.
As it should be, obviously.
Chugged the rest of my ginger ale. Then they called no more. Okay. No more. I was like, I'll be fine. I'll have to go as soon as we like land, but I'll be fine. Mama, we are coming in for a landing to O'Hare International Airport, the biggest fucking airport on the face of creation. It's so fucking big. We're coming in for a landing and I am like vibrating. Also like sitting on my bladder basically, right? Because the seats are uncomfortable.
Right.
Only like we start taxiing. We are like the furthest possible point in It took us 15 minutes to taxi to the terminal.
That is always the worst. You're like, where am I?
And like,
Skokie?
It's a little bumpy, right? Because those wheels are very aerated, honey. So we're just like bouncing along the tarmac. And I am such a rule follower. You cannot get up until you are parked, right? That's the whole thing. They're like, sit down.
Until the little beep.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
I am gripping the seat like I am going to give birth. Like, it is so bad. And I finally, the homophobic woman next to me, which is a whole other story. The homophobic woman next to me, I like was fine. I like unbuckled and she like glanced over and I was like, I'm so sorry, I need to get up. And she was like, they said we can't get up. And I was like, ma'am. And she was like, ah. So she like lets me out because I was in the middle seat. She lets me out. And I like flee to the back and I get to the lavatory and I'm like walking in and the flight attendants are like faced backwards. So they kind of don't see me walk up. But when they hear me, they're like, oh, you need to. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I just like closed the door. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And then it was, I'm so sorry. And then it was fine. And then I came out, like I waited until it was like fully parked before I came back out. And then they were like, do you need a ginger ale? And I was like, no, thank you. It wasn't that. Thank you so much, honey. Oh my God. They definitely thought I like threw up everywhere, but well, that was anyway, nice. It was fine.
That's so funny.
But it was the closest I felt like I have never felt like I was like, oh, I might actually urinate on myself. I was so scared. I was like, oh no.
That's why I do not like
I'm always an aisle girly because I need to see when the bathroom is clear and I need to make my way to it whenever needed.
And also
sit in the middle seat and we know that man is peeing at least 7 times on a flight and I'm like, I don't care, you're crawling over me, like I'm aisle. You understand?
I feel like I would have been fine if also I wasn't like seated. Like if I was like standing, it would have been able to like stretch a little bit. But no, it was just like cramped. Anyway,
man,
that was my experience flying today. Lots of takes about flying on this podcast. God,
always.
So many.
I mean, it's part. We're a part travel pod. We're just world travelers.
We're world travelers. But Provincetown was great. Thank you so much for asking.
It looked really nice.
It was very cute.
I'm gonna add it to my list.
Yeah, go with a gay. So you feel
sure. I don't know very many though, so maybe I'll have to like.
We might have to find one.
Rent
a gay.
Rent a gay.
Yeah. That's a fun app. I love that.
Rent-A-Center has gay people now.
I've got a couple in Austin that
sure
take you around.
Our travelers. Absolutely.
There is Austin. I'm thinking of like there are specific towns that are like the gay, like Fire Island, Provincetown, Saugatuck, Michigan is one, Palm Springs. Is there one in Texas?
Is there in Texas? That's a question for
the boys.
Be Freedom Freelac. Yeah.
Austin office. Is there a hot spot for the gay folks who need a weekend getaway in Texas?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's like
I would say about my pool, because they come out. The Freelac says Austin's probably the best.
Yeah.
I went to my pool at my new apartment complex this weekend, and the gays were out again. Jamming to their music, and one of them had an ankle monitoring bracelet, like. And so they just like had dipped one of their feet in the pool and the other one was like on a towel.
Oh no.
Oh no, honey.
Yikes.
But hey, they were still gonna hang out, but they couldn't get that thing wet.
Don't let ankle monitors stop you living your life, honey.
No.
Dip your one foot in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Hippie Hollow. That's a part of like the river that you can hang out in, and you can be nude there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I once went on a date with a guy and he was like, I'm going to Hippie Hollow tomorrow. And I was like, oh, cool. And I had no idea what Hippie Hollow was.
Do they call it after Pixie Hollow?
Yeah, it was famously, after Pixie Hollow.
Sure.
But and then I like talked to him later and I was like, oh, how was Hippie Hollow? And he was like, oh, it was pretty good. It wasn't too busy. And then he mentioned something about being nude, and I was like, wait, what? And he's like, oh yeah, it's like a it's clothing optional. And like, this is me getting into my single writer pod talk. Here's the thing, which is strange about this man.
Okay.
That he was like, yeah, like it's really nice. I like going out there, blah, blah, blah. Me and this man also went swimming, and he swam in a t-shirt. But he was naked at Hippie Hollow.
What?
Wow. Interesting.
Miranda, this was the time that you were like, why are you at this hotel? And I said, I'm swimming.
Oh, I think, yeah. I'm like, what are you doing?
So that was an interesting, it's just like very interesting that, yeah, like he was like at Hippie Hollow and he like said that he went nude. But when we went swimming, he was wearing a t-shirt. So weird. Anyways.
So fascinating.
Anyways, get out of there.
I am having an in real time discovery that the Colorado River goes through Austin. I'm literally learning this in this moment right now. I had nary an idea that was. Listen, I just think of Texas as big, open, no water,
wide, tumbleweeds, just everywhere.
Yeah, no, nothing.
We're learning a lot.
Did y'all know that me and Joe's 1 year anniversary is on Friday?
No.
We've been together a year.
Wow.
Not yet. Well, not yet.
Anything can happen.
Anything.
He did just leave for a camping trip, so he won't even be here.
Oh. Well, maybe he'll send something.
Yeah, right.
Send a little.
Maybe you'll get an order of flowers.
Maybe he's listening and
bouquet.
He'll send something.
Fingers crossed.
Hint,
no,
hint.
by the time this comes out, it'll be Thursday, and that's when the camping trip actually starts. So he will be
off the grid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I cannot think of anything I would want less than a camping trip. Do not bother asking me to go camping. Glamping even. No. Do not ask me.
This is so funny that you say that, because recently I've been like,
no.
I want to, okay, not camping. Let me back up, Matt.
Super
let me back
glam.
up. I told RJ I want to go to a resort in the woods. Like, I want still like luxury amenities, but I want to like walk outside and it be like a forest.
See the trees. Yes.
This is not what you're saying. This is a separate thing.
I have seen too many people hiking lately in the middle of these forests and woods, and a fucking bear being like right behind them, and then be like holding their children.
Are you on
like
bear
carrying
talk?
Their children? I am on bear talk. I was on. This is not in the middle of the woods, but I saw this girl like skiing or snowboarding, whatever the fuck you do in the snow, down, and like a giant grizzly bear is for real chasing her, but she is like so oblivious. She's like listening to her music, and this bear, I don't know if it was real, but it seemed like, I don't know. But no, Fort Wilderness. No,
not Fort Wilderness. Wilderness Lodge is what I'm looking for.
Wilderness. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those fake sequoia trees outside.
Sure. Yeah.
A geyser.
Yeah. But I want like, so I don't mind a like big, like one time me and Mary Kate and some of her friends rented out like a really nice, like 2-story cabin, Wi-Fi, hot tub, all the TV channels. And I just go outside to do the campfire and eat the s'mores, and the hot tub. But other than that, I am inside watching that TV, play it on my phone. And I want it to be kind of cold, so that you can wear like a little, like, a sweatshirt and like enjoy the cool evenings. That's where I draw the line. But I need like full, electricity, shower.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not even saying like shower, like there's the shower building and no,
that's not gonna cut it.
No.
Private shower.
Yeah, no, I don't. No, count me out for that one.
It's a no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's important in your life in your late 20s and your early 30s, I think it's important for you to figure out who you should vacation with and who you should not vacation.
That is important because
Huge.
we've all been on those trips where we've traveled with somebody and we're like, never again.
Never
again.
We don't even need to speak to these people ever again. That's fine.
Uh-huh.
We're all going to experience that in December when we all travel together. So it's just good that we know that and are continuing to learn that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but also it can change at any time. Maybe me and Miranda have been on many trips together and had a good old time. True. Maybe this one is the one where I'm like,
it could be.
She's a bitch and I hate her.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing how that develops.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Don't touch that dial.
I'm going to have like a voice memo going. I'm going to set my phone down.
You'll want to subscribe to Club Level. That is for sure. We're going to have confessional rooms. It's going to be the whole...
the real world confessional, yeah.
Can you imagine if we had just like a confessional at the Hojo? Just...
Can you imagine it's happening? It's in the budge. We're budgeting for it.
We're budgeting. It's in there. It's in there. Oh, man. Yeah,
that's December, right? First week?
Yeah. I think it's the second weekend.
Or second week.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, we recently had a last minute guest stay at our new apartment. And it was one of the folks that was in my go off whenever I was like talking about the tiki and the reservations and like and like not being self-aware to like other people and their feelings and like things like that. Yeah, we had one of those people staying in the apartment this weekend.
Are we not worried about them tuning in?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
This person would never.
I was like, I don't know what we're doing here. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Because it's like the ex-boyfriend of a friend, but like Joe's still friends with them.
Okay, Casey said, "Mama details, honey,
Mama, you're getting all the receipts." but it, and like it's fine to you're using someone's house as kind of just like a place to stay at night. But then it's like, oh, I'll be back at noon, and then noon comes and they're like, oh, sorry, I'll be back at 1. And then like 1:20, it's like, sorry, we got cut up. I'll be back at 2. And like me and Joe have been like sitting around, like waiting for this person to come back because we like wanted to go get lunch because like he had been with people like all weekend and like he was leaving for this trip and like this person had been here and like other friends were in town. And so we had to go to this baby shower. And so we didn't have any time, just us. And so finally we're like, let's go out to lunch. But we're like waiting on Sky to come back. And then I finally was like, let's just put the key under the mat because like, he's never like, he doesn't care about the fact that like, this is your like last day off or last day with me. And like, and he's just like, he went somewhere all morning, but didn't take his stuff because he wanted to come back and take a shower. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so annoying. It's just like, it's
so inconsiderate.
And it's like, not like he's like, oh, what are your plans for the day? I'll work around those.
Right.
No, it's like, he just was like, thinks that we're just like sitting around. Well, we were sitting around waiting for his ass. Yeah. So yeah, if you're going to stay at someone's place, you both need to have the communication of like, here's what I'm doing. And I'm going to work around you since this is your house. But,
yeah. Like if I were to ever be staying at somebody's house, I would be like, you tell me when you're home. Like I can figure out something else. Yeah. I can go somewhere else and do whatever else until you are free and available. Like I don't want anything to inconvenience you. So anybody else who just like does not have that consideration for other people, I think there's just like something missing.
It's just, I don't understand it.
Like,
yeah.
But
anyways,
I'm sorry, that's really annoying.
I'm gonna, yeah.
Very frustrating.
So yeah, this is no visitors house now.
No visitors.
No visitors.
It's hotels only, honey. Hotels only.
I'm
not a hojo.
I'm not friends with people that can't afford a hotel.
My name is neither Howard nor Johnson, honey.
No.
Mm-mm. We will not leave the light on for you.
No, honey. Days in. I said name another. Did we have anything else? I have such a long go off today that I'm worried it's going to take like 20 minutes, truly.
I wanted to talk about something that I was frustrated with last week.
Oh.
And we were all involved. And I think everybody on this podcast, all of our listeners should all be involved as well. Recently I discovered on TikTok that you can basically like repost old TikToks. So like they have like an on this day memories thing and you can just straight up repost it. And I'm like, great, because I don't make new content when I'm home typically. So I'm like, great, I'll just repost something. And there was a video that I posted of Baseline Tap House. And the caption said, my mom said we can rope drop Baseline if it's okay with your mom. And that was like, it must have been like a trend that was happening last year at that point, whatever. I get a comment on it. And honestly, it got a decent amount of views, which is whatever. And again, I love it because it's just recycled content. And Frank asked,
reduce, reuse, recycle, absolutely.
Yeah. How do you rope drop it? It opens like 3 hours after the park. So I say, yes, Frank. When you go to something right it open, that means you rope drop. As a certified Disney adult, I challenge this definition, but I do understand your interpretation, smiley face. First of all, fuck you, Frank. No.
There is no certification to be a Disney adult.
First of all, gross.
You're just saying you've never had sex. Congratulations. Fuck off.
Yeah, honestly. I responded, Nar, respectfully, I am correct. I thought it would end there. It did not end there.
Oh, you thought it would end with a man there? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was just being playful. I know rope dropping, but living true to the definition, Epcot is the only park with 2 rope drops. First of all, that's also fucking incorrect because Frozen and Remy are open.
Right.
So they rope drop at the same time. Both sides. Because they gotta. Yeah.
And then I don't even know what happened after that. And then you jumped in, Adam.
Yeah, because you tapped out.
And said something like, I didn't screenshot it, but you were like, actually, it's just like known nomenclature that rope dropping is going to something. It's like an adopted term.
Right. I was like, I could say I'm rope dropping Target, and it's understood what that. It's not.
So he goes, it's a Disney term related to park open. If you were the first person in Pop Century Food Court, no one would say they rope drop it. If you said you rope drop Frozen, that means as soon as the park opened, you ran to Frozen. To rope drop a restaurant implies that you ran to it right after the park opened. Not, I went to Hollywood Studios and got on 3 rides and then rope dropped a restaurant. And I go, babes, I am too old for this. We do not agree with you. And then I go, and yes, I would say I rope dropped the food court.
Mama, I'll do you one better. I would say I rope dropped the pasta station at the food court. Like, yeah. Real specific.
We always rope drop literally everything. When something opens, you rope drop it. And then he comes back and says, did you rope drop Fantasmic too? It's a great show. And there I was like, you are blocked, bitch. I'm getting you out of here. Because I'm not going to. But also, yes, I could. First of all, what idiot would rope drop Fantasmic? You'd have to be there like stupid. 4 hours ahead of the show. Like, stupid. You know? But you want to rope drop Casey's corn dogs, nuggets? Absolutely. You may do that. We've done it before. It's a thing. No, I will always die on the hill, and I would love to know if anybody disagrees and thinks that rope drop is in fact only at the parks when they drop the stupid motherfucking rope. Because no, it's not.
No, because we've rope dropped the bins.
You rope drop the bins! We rope drop everything. Truly.
Rope drop has just advanced to a colloquialism for like arriving at something ahead of time, so you're the first one to partake in said function.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, like, it really doesn't need more complicated than that. We don't need to argue semantics over, like, its origins, girl.
As a certified Disney adult, that just, like, got me. If you ever say that to me...
I would never admit to that.
Never.
I have Disney tattoos, and I'm still like, I'm not a Disney adult.
Look at my stupid ass room. Like, I would say I'm a Disney adult, but I would never say I'm a Disney adult.
I would never say I'm a certified
one.
Disney adult.
Absolutely not certified.
I have a certificate given to me by
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse himself. Anyway, Frank really pissed me off last week, but she's blocked. So
also, just like it's people. This leads into my go off later, but it's people being purposefully obtuse is what it is. People misunderstanding on purpose just to have like a conversation and a take. And it's like, no, girl.
Which I will say that is a lot of TikTok does that to like get the
Huh? Oh.
Sorry. We have so many cicadas and they're just like running into my house. Sorry, I got distracted. They're everywhere.
Okay, well let's move to let's go off or whatever. What does he say?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
And it's time to go off.
We'll take a quick break and then we'll go off. That's what he says.
I don't know where the thing is for nobody gets an ad today because I don't know where the fuck the thing is. So
I really think we need to transition it and say like it's time to go off in the group chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say that.
My notifications are silent, so have as many text messages as you need.
Okay, I'm gonna go first today.
Yeah, I figured you would.
Okay.
Adam, go
So well, let me find the thread. This is actually gonna be hard because it was so long ago. When we discussed this. Okay, so as we all know, Miranda was there when it was kind of going live. Moana's The Journey of Water inspired by Moana is a new attraction at Epcot at Walt Disney World in Lake Buena Vista, Florida. And there have been people online being very normal about it. And by that, I mean not normal at all because nobody knows how to be a normal person anymore.
Sure.
And of course, with anything on Diz Twitter, there is always like, this is actually the worst thing to have ever happened to the parks. And Walt is what? Rolling in his grave. And then there's the people who like feel the need to defend a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate and be like, actually, this is the best thing to ever happen, and it's exactly what Epcot needed. And I think most sane people live in the middle. So I saw this take of someone who I went to their bio, and the reason I got upset is because they were like, I'm a theme park. They're like studying like theme park design. So then I was like, okay, well then you should know better than to do this. But their take was, Diz Twitter loves to complain. That is true. Mm-hmm. But also they love to say like, we need to stop building. Not everything needs to be an e-ticket. But then when WDI builds a non-e-ticket, people get mad about it. To which I think that is a misrepresentation of why people were upset with Journey of Water into Moana. Because Journey of Water into Moana, Journey of Water inspired, but not into Moana, girl. Inspired by Moana. Is what I would classify as an A-ticket attraction, much like your Cecilia Robinson Treehouse, your Sleeping Beauty Castle walkthrough, your Nautilus in Disneyland Paris, and that's fine. These are good attractions. I'm not shitting on walkthrough attractions as a concept. The problem is like Walt Disney World specifically like needs to stop doing press for every single thing that's ever going to happen and make it seem like every new edition, like each cupcake is as important as this, which is as important as like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like there's no like level to how they like market everything. So it just seems like they're like, and the big thing we've all been waiting for, we've been doing cast previews for a walkthrough attraction for 3 weeks. Girl, shut up. It's a walkthrough attraction. Okay, so that's part one. Part two is that I disagree that Epcot doesn't need e-ticket attractions. I actually think that's the one park that needs e-ticket attractions, because Miss Girl, when I was at Test Track and we were like the only thrill ride in the park, it was like really, I mean, now it's like got Guardians too, but like it's a very underserved park in some aspects. And I said that my big take was, I was like, you are misunderstanding this, because this is basically just a queue. This is like a glorified queue at this point. And I stand by that, because ever since Disney WDI has started doing the like super themed queues, they have not built walkthrough attractions since they've started doing these queues that are so crazy. All of them opened pre that, back when it was just like stanchions, chains, ropes. These were like a separate experience. But now that's like embedded in the what they call scene 1 of the attraction, is these like crazy queues. So now it's like, so what if they had built the graveyard, the interactive graveyard at Haunted Mansion, and then that was it? Like, no one would be like, an attraction. No one would say that. Like, girl, shut up. And so that's why I was like, you are purposely saying, I genuinely don't have an issue with this being in the park. I think it's cool. I think it's fine. I think it's fun that it's teaching kids about the water cycle, whatever that means, and that it like has IP. I have no issue with it. It's more just like people are upset because Epcot was supposed to go through like a huge full park transformation, and this is like what's ending this whole thing, besides like the fact that they're putting trees in the center. Like, you can't be like, I don't understand why people are not enjoying this to the extent that they should be, because girl, like, we were promised way more than this. And again, Epcot is continuously getting the shaft because nobody knows what that fucking park is supposed to be, because it's so goddamn big. And that's my hot take on people being stupid on Diz Twitter. So I'm a centrist is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Epcot is a mess. And like, it is so much, not Future World, whatever it's called now. I'm not calling them all of their World Nature, which is where Journey of Water is in World Nature. But like that whole space where they're just building a giant building, it's like they are so far in this hole that I know they just like want to stop, but they literally can't, because it's just a giant, like an asteroid has hit the middle of that theme park.
It's so stupid.
It's bad.
The fact that they demolished a building and then basically rebuilt that building again.
Yes,
it's
that same building.
Crazy. Yeah. It's so bad. Oh. Anyway, it's just
it is wild that they're doing so many cast member previews. They're doing AP preview. They're doing previews. Like nobody's. There's not going to be a line. There's not going to be a line when this opens. You understand?
There'll be a line for the day it opens, because that's when everyone is gonna all the influencers are gonna go.
The bloggers,
right?
Yeah.
And then past that, girl, it's a walk through attraction.
Yeah.
That's in the out of doors. You're not even going in a thing. You're seeing rock work.
I said there's going to be a lot of like drunk, wet people walking around, because they're going to get like pushed into like one of the like wet zones by their other drunk friends, and it's going to be messy and dirty.
What are do we know what the, oh wait, no, we did see what the hours are park open to park close.
Great.
Like, first, it should not be that. It should be park open to 6 p.m.
Yeah, like once it gets dark.
Yeah.
Like you can't see nothing in that park.
Maybe they have a great lighting package over there. Who knows? I'm sure they do. You know, Journey into Imagination of Figment still has no lighting on that building whatsoever. Yeah. So at 7 o'clock, it's like, where'd the building go?
That's what Epcot all is. It's like a bunch of drunk people walking around the dark. You can't see shit.
It's so fucking frustrating. I hate it. Also, like, I refuse to acknowledge. Oh, this was the other thing that made me mad, is like he was like, the person that somebody started arguing with me and being like, walkthrough attractions already exist.
Was it Frank?
It was not, but it was a Frank surrogate. And I was like, no, I understand. He like used the examples of like Swiss Family, blah, 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 stuff like that. Alice's Labyrinth, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, I understand what a walkthrough attraction is. Thank you. But Epcot is filled with super small, like easy to access attractions that are perfectly suitable for all ages. I don't think this is the thing that like Epcot needs right now. In the package of like the whole group of things it was supposed to get, this is a good addition. When everything else got stripped away, like that, and that's
why did they keep this?
Right. Yeah. I would have rather had the fucking Mary Poppins ride in the UK than I would have had this.
Yeah.
Give me the glorified carousel.
Yeah. It was very frustrating, and I was so heated about it. And then I was like, this is why I stopped engaging with this Twitter, because everybody just wants suck. Yeah, I do not understand. I think people who are like, the park should never change, blah, blah, blah. Like the people who are like, return Epcot Center, like they're nuts. They're out of control. Yeah. That's never going to happen. It's done. It's over. It's dead. But I also think it's crazy to cape for a multi-billion-dollar company. And I just like, there's no nuance. It's horrible. I hate it. Anyway. They're not going to let you in the park for free, sweetie, just because you defended them on Twitter. I hate to tell you.
Sorry about it.
On X.com.
Ugh.
On Dizix.
Okay. Casey, who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Casey.
Okay, Casey.
It's time to go off.
Okay. Well, now here's what I gotta say this week about stores and getting their merch out. CVS. How can I go to like 6 different CVS's in a little 5-mile radius, and you all stock your Halloween stuff on different days, and also you have such a vastly different stock of Squishmallows at some of these stores. I
knew it
because I'm like every store stocked differently, and there was one holdout that had no Halloween stuff. I go in yesterday because we're coming back from somewhere, and I go, I gotta stop in because they haven't had any Halloween stuff. I go in and they're like unpacking the boxes of Halloween stuff, and I was like, great, I'll come Tuesday. I'll come tomorrow. So I drive over there, and it was like, I told Be Free like this, and it was like they saw me come and they started taking it out and then stopped, because when I got there, all the boxes were still there. A full, like almost 24 hours later, all the boxes are still there. And I'm looking at the box and it says set date, September 3rd. Mama, it's September 5th. It's September 5th. You're behind.
I'm the regional manager here, and I come to do a little checkup on the store.
I'm going to go in a red polo
with a clipboard.
Like, excuse me. Oh, I got a clipboard from the bins. I'm there.
Oh my God, you got a clipboard from the bins?
Yeah. Hi. So I'm ready to go in and be like, show me your Squishmallows. Why aren't these on the shelf yet? Because, honey, I don't understand it. I don't understand how they all have such a vastly different merchandise. There was one CVS that was like stocked, and I like had a field day, and I've got a 40% off coupon that I need to use. Yeah. And I'm going to have to go back to that one and hope I find something else to use it on, because
the stress Casey is under.
And then I wonder why I don't have any gas. It's because I'm driving to CVS all day, every day. Anyways, that's my plight.
Wow. Such range.
so sorry for your loss or whatever.
Why is this my like the only thing that keeps me going is like looking for a specific thing at a specific store.
At the end of this year, after we have done our full first year of group chat, I need RJ to go back through Casey's go-offs and see how many are about buying specific merchandise.
It's like,
I think that's like great.
Like 70%.
We need
Barbie, squish,
bins, yeah.
Bins.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So funny.
Man.
Well, Miranda, it's time to go off.
It's time for you to go off.
If I have to go through security somewhere, and take out things from my bag, I unzip it for you because I'm that type of person. And yes, I am a bags within bags. So I'm not going to be that asshole and let you like go through and have to unzip everything. I'll take all of the bags outside of the bags. I will unzip them and I will give them to you. When I do that, when you're done searching through those things, you're not going to zip up all of the bags individually and give them all back to me. No. Give them back as I gave them because they go inside the bags. Do not touch anything. Speaking of touching, this is a side note, different go off. If we are going through airport security and I go through and my little bag is going through the conveyor belt for screening and I am waiting for it, and you are 3 people after me going through the machine, also waiting for your bag, and you go up ahead of me, and I see my bag come, and I go, excuse me, do not take your grubby ass hands and grab my bag.
Out of control.
And give it to me.
People
because
have no
you know
home
what
training.
You know what I'm going to do? I am going to look at you straight in the eyes and go, do not touch my things. And then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to have men in front of me being like, oh yeah, don't touch her shit. Don't touch her shit. And I'm going to walk away. Awful. Disgusting. Anyway.
Mama, it's on a conveyor belt.
It's on a conveyor belt.
In order.
There are 4 people ahead of you. Get out of the way. And I was like right there. I was like truly right there to grab it. And I was like, oh, excuse me. And instead of her getting out of the way, she literally just grabbed it and started dragging it. And I was like, I should have just like taken my spray and just like sprayed it all down.
Miranda,
like,
the wildest part of the story is that these are your fellow peers. These are your TSA pre-check girlies that you are with. These are not the hoi polloi. These are not the common people.
Some pre-checkers, I don't...
Pre-check is like $15 a year, Adam. And I will...
This is something I would expect my experience to be, but I thought you had an elevated experience as a TSA
there are some...
early.
I think there's some people that like randomly get pre-check because they act like they have
I've gotten that before. Yeah.
Before.
I've gotten that before.
And yes, and it's the thing of when you get through the
thing.
Absolutely.
The thing.
This thing.
This
thing. What is it
this
called?
Thing. That I don't know. This
body scanner.
system.
Yes, but we don't have to scan our body. We just have to go through a metal detector. We go through the metal detector, and the people that then stand like their bag is going to come out before the 3 people that have been standing there waiting. No, get to the back of the line. And like, I always make it a point to like, if there's someone, like I get behind them so that we're kind of in order because it's like, it's going to be his bag. Then it's going to be my bag. Then it's going to be Joe Schmo that like thinks that his bag is just waiting there for him.
Fucking Joe Schmo.
Like,
And that's the same thing. So like with the security systems at Walt Disney World, if you go off through the system, you go off and then you go and you like wait. Well, they have a screen that has people's pictures in order in the little box around in order. These old men were getting pissed that they were standing the closest to the security guard, but they're like calling out the people in line to go in order. And he's like, well, it's about time. And she was like, there were 7 people ahead of you. And I'm like, how do people not notice that? Again, the inconsideration, this self-awareness is lacking on so many humans. It's abysmal.
Oh, yeah, I need to raise my mic for this.
Oh.
I am so if you are at the fucking gate and you are not the boarding group board next, sit your fucking ass down. I am so fucking serious. And also, like, if you create a blockade, so the people who have been enjoying being on their bum like me and walking up at the time that I was called, I don't understand. You have a literal seat on the plane. Okay. Your carry-ons are going to fit. Calm down. You're group 6. You're not group 9. You're going to be fine, girlies. Why are you hovering? I need to know. I need someone to explain the thought process of being on the plane first, because mama, the plane's going to leave at the time the plane's going to leave.
Here's my only rebuttal. My only rebuttal is those smaller planes do lack overhead space.
Okay, but you know you're not on a smaller plane when you book your little ticket and you see that there's 400 seats on this fucking flight. Well, you're on a Boeing 737, mama.
And if you're group 6 and they're calling group 2, your ass should not be this close.
You need to go away.
It's one thing if they call for 5 and then you kind of get up there and kind of meander in the outskirts. Yeah. But these people make a literal blockade from everyone that is actually in that, like it. And it's always like, oh, these people must all be, group 4. No, they're all just standing there. And so then someone actually from group 4 is like, oh, are you in line? And they're like, oh, no, I'm just blocking everything. Like, oh my gosh, I can't.
And it's like, what's even worse is like when Southwest, and it's like you literally have an exact assigned number to get on the plane. This is A. You're C. Sit down. Because guess what? It's A, and then it's family, and then it's military, and then it's B and C. Like, please. Ugh, awful. Yeah, and stop blocking the sky priority lane with your little Delta people. Get out of my way. Get out of my husband's way. I am his +1.
Our gate, first of all, I will say this, for this weekend's trip, our airport experience was nearly flawless. At Chicago heading out, regular girl in the TSA line, walked up to security. Like, I didn't even have time to get my ID out. She was like, can you have your ID ready? And I was like, mama, there's no line. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, I wasn't ready. And a holiday weekend too.
Yes, I know. And then coming back, it was the same situation. And the TSA at Boston Logan International Airport, honey, they don't care. They're not yelling. They don't care if you're slow. They don't care if you're fast. They are getting paid by the hour. And whatever that rate is, they're not going to get paid more because you got through faster, honey. They were not that they were unhelpful, but they were just like, there are those TSA agents who are like constantly just yelling, and they were yelling stuff. They were the opposite of that.
I always think of that sound on TikTok where it's like, get out your bags, put your shoes in the bin.
Yeah. So funny. But yeah, we had a great airport experience, except for just like people just hovering by the lane. Why? People just sit down, just enjoy your few minutes of sitting and then get in. It makes no sense to me. I hate to say it. But if you are group 9 and I see that you are in my way, I am actually going to bump into you.
Body check.
Yes.
Sure.
Because sit down.
Yeah. B. Fried was going off with me whenever, I think when we were after the bins, when we were reconvening at Culver's, but he was like B31, like he was like the first.
Oh yeah.
Yes, in the first second line. Yeah.
And this group of like teens and like maybe their mom or something come up. And they like I think they stand in front of him or next to him. They're like in his way. And he knows that he's the first one in there. So he says to them, what number are you? And she says something like, I'm not showing you my number, but I'm getting on this plane first, or something like that. And then he was like, okay, well, I'm 31 and I didn't appreciate, this tone of voice because I didn't speak to you that way. Like, and
my God.
And so then they were right behind him and he saw their boarding number and they were like 57.
Absolutely not.
And like, here's the thing. If you are the Southwest person scanning it and you see that 31 and then 57, I would have been like, you need to go to the back.
And they didn't?
No, they didn't. They just.
What a coward. A coward. A fool.
But yeah, Beefreed said that they were just the whole way down the the thing. They were kind of griping about Beefreed.
Oh, good. I would have walked so slow. I would have stopped. I would have had a little chat with the flight attendant before I made my way into the aisle.
Oh yeah. I would have stood there and been like, okay, let me put my drink down and let me put my bag down and let me get my bag up here and let me get all settled before I get out of the aisle.
Yep. Oh, what trash.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I can't.
What the patience of a teacher, truly. Could not. Yeah, could not and be me. I would have been arrested. Oh, man.
Wild. Well, that's it for us today. Bye. Yes. Tune in next week when RJ's back and Daddy comes home to lead us through this podcast.
Yeah, when are we? Oh, we're recording on Sunday.
Yeah,
it's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday, babe.
At 2 p.m. Central Time. Come have some
watch live
brunch with us.
Yeah,
we're gonna do.
I'll be recording from the new office.
Oh, how exciting!
She'll have a new desk.
I've got my cash ready for the tip for these people because they are not getting a Venmo from me.
No.
I'm not getting any follow-ups. No way.
No. Is it that? Are you using a different company at least?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
It is cool because the company does they send you a email that tells you oh, meet your movers. These are the 2 movers. And then you can click on a link and it's got photos of every mover that they have.
Wow.
So it's ahead of time who your people are going to be.
So you can profile them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. These people seem okay. I mean, we'll see.
Do they seem like druggies, Casey?
Yeah. Do they seem like some people who will have crack on them? Can you say crack?
Hey, if they got crack, then I'll let them stay.
They'll work faster.
They'll work faster.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. That's what that was the root of the issue. Was that it was weed.
It was
doing bumps,
slowing them down.
It would have been fine. Yeah,
the wrong drug. Yeah. So movers take note.
So we'll see. They don't look very buff though, so I'm like, let's. I need to see. We need a shirtless pic to see if they can,
Oh my God!
Do what I need them to do.
Just watching them clean the pool.
And drop the OnlyFans links for the movers.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, RJ's editing our group chat note as we speak.
Oh, cool. Is he watching?
Oh, RJ, are you watching?
Are you watching, RJ?
He's not listening because he doesn't listen to this part of the podcast when he edits it for us.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, well.
Okay, bye, girlies.
Bye, girlies. See you next week. And don't forget to read
the group chat.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
The girl.